The Book of Enoch's cosmology is biblically accurate. And it may surprise some people to know that I agree with what the Book of Enoch says about the earth. If I was to go one way or the other, I'd say I think Enoch's right. There's so many questions that are in my mind I just do not think can be answered by a usual understanding of cosmology. But that's not what this teaching is about. So I agree with the basic premise here. However, Enoch also says a whole load of other things about these movements in the heaven. He doesn't just talk about the earth. I could agree with that. But he talks about, the stars going in and out of portals or gates. And as much as if that is scripture, that is true, we certainly have never observed anything that would suggest it. It seems to be, to me, subjectively to me, that somebody has meticulously noted down the movements of the sun and the moon, and he has written down very accurate observations of what's happening. But then he's gone a step further, and he's explained the apparent disappearance or whatever else that he's observed. He's then explained it as these things going in and out of gates and all of the rest of it. And this is a good example of the sort of thing that we would have to accept as truth, as fact, if we accept the Book of Enoch. I just think he's explaining what he saw, like the sun and the moon setting in the same gate in the sky. It just describes when they set in the same area of the sky at the equinox. So the observations are incredibly accurate from what I have seen of them and tested of them. They're incredibly accurate observations, but that's all that they are. They're astronomical observations. I can agree subjectively with what it says about the earth. I've got no problem in believing it at the very least. But as to the gates and the portals in heaven, that is to be as generous as possible. That is yet to be proven. So, factually, I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. Okay? And that's being as generous as possible. The reason that I put it right in the middle is because I agree with what it says about the earth, but I also acknowledge the fact that we could be misunderstanding a whole load of things, and maybe what it says about the earth is not right. But because I would weight myself to agree with it, I'm going to give it a 6. Again, this is a subjective judgment. But what it says about the movements of the heavens, it's not proven. It's certainly not biblically accurate, which is the argument, because we don't read of those things in the Bible. They're just the observations that the author of the Book of Enoch, or of that section of the Book of Enoch, makes and records. So this is as generous as I can be, but still, it doesn't matter. As a reason to believe a scripture, it's 0 out of 10. If something's biblically accurate, and you don't know if it comes before or after the Bible, then the fact that it agrees with the Bible really is no kind of argument to include it in the scriptures. Now, I could write a book right now that agreed absolutely with the Bible in everything that it said, but that wouldn't mean that it was scripture, of course.